Hello everyone, presenting you Team Pentacle. Our team includes Shreya Chakravarti, the team leader, and the other members are Deboman Chakravarti, Sneha Chakravarti, Poulomi Poddar, and Aishi Mukherjee. We are going to present the idea behind our game, which we have named Super Regatta. At first, we will go through a brief overview of our idea. In accordance with the theme of Indian culture, we have planned to create a boat racing game on the online platform gaming website, based on the traditional boat race known as Vallam Kali, observed in Kerala. Keeping in mind that our game will comprise of a series of boat races, we have decided to name it Super Regatta. The user will log into the game, choose his or her favorite boat, then engage in a race which will be defined by obstacles, time limits, and finally a puzzle which will be reminiscent of certain elements of Indian culture. Now, this is a layout of the boat selection at the beginning of the game. Then, this is how our boat will be moving through obstacles during the race. Thereafter, this is a layout of the quiz we are trying to incorporate. The quiz will be based on some general facts about India and its culture. And this is the basic layout of the puzzle, which will also feature certain elements related to Indian culture and tradition. Since we are facing an issue regarding creation of the graphical interface while inserting images of animated boats, so we have used animated cards to demonstrate our game control. This is how we can control the window display of the game using Quick UI. This is the list of rules we have formulated for the game. When the user opens the game's website, he logs into the game and selects the boat of his choice from the given array of boats. The race is defined by time limits, so the one who reaches the ending point in the list time will emerge out as the winner. In case of a tie, if two or multiple boats finish in the same amount of time, then the one who has hit lesser number of obstacles will be declared the winner. Furthermore, if the number of obstacles comes out to be equal, then there will be a tiebreaker race between the boats, where they would be given a straight line to travel and race on. The boat which will cross the finishing line in the list time shall be the ultimate winner of the regatta. After finishing the race successfully, at the end of each level, the user will be provided with a quiz or a puzzle depending on his favorite difficulty level, which he or she has to pass to progress into the next level of the game. Now, we are going to dig into the game development a bit by presenting some algorithms and functions used. This is the code for Quick UI. Here, we have used dom.on for taking user input values. The function of reset Quick UI is to reset and change the values of Quick UI in GUI dialog box. Then this is the code for the game loop. Here the function of reset options is to reset the canvas width, height, resolution, etc. Function of images is to store two external images, that is sprite and background, in an array format. Function of keys is to define the keyboard keys for controlling the gaming functions. And function of ready function is to print the images stored in the GUI. Here we have the code for the build of track. Here function add track is used to define and describe the track. The function add segment is used to input sprite images in GUI. Function add sprite is used to add sprite objects. Functions add straight, add wave, add curve are used to create a straight line, a wave as an obstacle, and a curve on the track respectively. Word track function creates the appropriate track on the basis of difficulty level, that is easy, medium, and hard. Then, this is the code for the collision of the user's boat with objects like obstacles and other boats. This section of the code changes and lowers the speed of a boat once it hits any kind of obstacle, just like what happens with any vehicle in reality. Lastly, this is the code for the controlling key definitions. This section of the code defines the function of some controlling keys. This is a demonstration of the gameplay which shows the movement of the boat along the race track and its collision with obstacles. Now we will discuss about how our game can be used as a pedagogical tool. Firstly, our game has an engaging and thoughtful design. The Indian youth are often so influenced by the Western culture that our Indian tradition and roots are almost obscure to them. Now, racing games are undeniably one of the most appealing forms of game. So, we have decided to utilize this engaging format to design a game that would bring back the attention of the users, that is mainly the Indian youth, to our own culture. Keeping that in mind, our game Super Regatta is inspired by Kerala's traditional boat racing event. Secondly, our game has a brainy factor with an educational purpose. We have tried to incorporate certain brainy things like a puzzle or a quiz, depending on the user's chosen difficulty level at the end of every level. As mentioned previously, to progress into the next level, it would be absolutely necessary to pass them too, along with the actual race. The quiz will test the general knowledge of the user regarding facts about Indian culture, tradition, and mythology. The puzzle shall feature items of the Indian culture, which will preferably be in the form of a jigsaw puzzle. Thus, it will test the user's IQ. The overall game will thus also have an educational purpose with a dose of fun. Finally, we shall talk about how our gaming idea reflects Indian culture and ethos. Firstly, our team logo is itself a clear reflection of Indian culture. The logo consists of 5 Trishuls arranged in the shape of a pentacle, which is our team's name. In Indian mythology, Trishul is a divine symbol, the weapon held by Lord Shiva, one of the most prominent Hindu gods. Secondly, our game's name, Super Regatta, is also culturally significant. Regatta generally means a series of boat or ship races. Since India is a maritime country, so its ports and shipping industry play a vital role in the country's trade and commerce. Exchange of cultures have taken place since ages, and it has contributed to make India more culturally rich. Finally, once a user completes the race, he or she will have to solve a quiz or a puzzle at the end of each level, depending on his or her favorite difficulty level. We have incorporated these things to impart some knowledge regarding Indian culture and ethos, as they will feature some elements reminiscent of Indian culture, like some famous monuments, festivals, mythological characters, etc. This was the overall idea of our game, and we have tried our best to explain the layout and working of the game, and its significance and relevance to Indian culture and ethos. Thank you for viewing our presentation.